I first went to Ireland about 10 or 12 years ago, and I fell in love with the west of Ireland. It's about as far as you can go in Europe without falling off before you come to America. I wrote a series of poems there when I was staying in this amazing village, Kilrillick, which is an art centre for writers and artists. But while I was there, the place, the atmosphere of this very ancient, unmitigated landscape really penetrated my consciousness, as did many of the people that were living there. I mostly write about memory and loss and melancholy, I suppose. And somehow these things all melded together in this place of extraordinary seasons and changing skies and starry, starry black nights. Just off that part of the coast are the amazing Skellig St Michael, which was a 6th century monastery, which is just incredible given that it's about 10 miles out into the Atlantic. And I did go there, and to me it was one of the 7 wonders of the world, quite literally. There's extraordinary corbelled huts right up on this peak. And no handrails, nothing, just puffins and gannets. And this place really caught my imagination. And slowly the book began to build. The Skelligs became for me, I'm a great fan of Virginia Woolf, and the Skelligs became for me the place that we all long for. It became a place of longing, of desire, in exactly the same way that Virginia Woolf's lighthouse is. And so Rainsongs gradually evolved. I don't write like a grown-up writer. I don't plot things out. I work with atmosphere and mood and weather and landscape and create a patchwork, very like the patchwork of these Irish fields with their very, very ancient stone walls and their cairns. And what I suppose I wanted to explore were 2 things. One, how this unmitigated, beautiful, wild landscape can be a place of emotional healing. It's a place of the sublime. It's a place of beyond. But I also, more contemporaneously, I wanted to explore the clash between an old, rural, very rooted culture and something more modern, in this case the Celtic tiger. And I think it's a problem that many rural communities face, between tradition and innovation. And the central character, Martha, is English, because it seemed to me extremely important as an English writer to be respectful of the tradition of Irish writing and to not try and write an Irish novel or a sort of false Irish novel. Martha is an English woman who is married to an Irishman who's died, and she comes back to Sort Artist's Cottage and discovers a much older grief that she thought she had buried. But she sees Ireland with the eyes of somebody who was not born there, and it's in a way of falling in love. And that seemed very important, that she doesn't try and own the sentiments of what it is to be Irish. She wonders at it. And what it means to be Irish is expressed largely through the young man she meets there, Colm, who is a poet and a musician, and the other characters, Eugene, who is a property developer, and Paddy, who is the archetypal hill farmer and bachelor. And it is the configuration of these people that explore what it means to be rooted in a place, and for her to actually take on board this community. In the end, Rainsongs is a novel about love, about coming to terms with what we lose, what we all lose. We all have losses in our lives, and how we find love in unexpected places, through friendship, through beauty of landscape, through stillness, through the sea, through the night sky. Martha comes carrying a great burden. She doesn't even realise she's carrying a great burden, and she leaves having been healed by her relationship with landscape and the people rooted in it.